Yo, welcome to the Rushmore podcast. My name's Pepper,
My name's Thomas.
and this is a total fucking cop out episode.
I
My
was about,
bad, y'all.
I was gonna sing my name's Thomas and I bailed like halfway through the second syllable, so it sounded really fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, History Buffs. History Buffs is out. Go listen to that. If you don't want
go
to
listen to
fucking
it.
old Rushmore, listen to a new History Buffs.
This newest episode of History Buffs is probably our worst episode to date, but
Hey, it's not a podcast with Pepper until Pepper says this is a bad podcast.
well, I usually don't say it after I listen to it back.
Yeah.
This one is I'm not fibbing about this. I'm not trying to be dramatic. It's pretty bad.
Can I tell you something about it?
You can.
I listened to it and I thought it was good. Here's what I don't like. Here's my complaint.
Okay.
Hey, Phil, what does Raylan call him? Hey, Phil Corin, or whatever your name is. I have a complaint. I'm filing to HR right now. You edit too much shit out. It takes, not only do you edit too much shit out, it doesn't matter if what you said should have been edited out. And not only do you edit too much shit out, it would be different if you didn't edit a bunch of shit out and then acknowledge we just edited a bunch of shit out.
Yeah. Now, did he like come in and say something?
You both did. Like he goes, I was shocked, and you were like, okay, I feel like this is going to take a left turn, and then it just cuts. And I mean, you just go like, well, we had to cut a lot of that stuff out. All right, well, y'all look us up on blah blah blah. Like the episode just ended abruptly.
Oh, okay. So yeah, okay. I know what happened there, and you know better than anybody. When I say, "Oh, we're gonna have to edit that out," that's always a joke. But the end of that one, we actually did have to edit some stuff out. Okay,
you could tell the episode ended so abruptly. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey, man. I mean, I can't tell you. Whatever. I don't have a defense for that.
Anyone that does podcasts, hey, don't edit stuff.
Yeah. But anyways, I am going through a rough time, so we didn't record an episode this week.
Is that why?
Yeah.
Okay.
I canceled History Bus this week too.
I
just couldn't fucking do it.
I thought you were just tired.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that's a rough time. Is that what a rough time is?
It is tired, like exhausted, but I know that you're not going to understand this and you're going to call it gay, but I'm in a lift all day that's bouncing up and down.
Yeah. I was in lift in elementary school.
Okay.
It was for gifted
Here we
kids.
go.
It was
Here goes some retarded bullshit Thomas it's just Thomas word association. I hear a word and here's a story.
It was lift, and it was when I was in elementary school in Baltimore. It was leaders and intelligent future thinkers.
That sounds like a Republican Party fucking weird fucking thing. Yeah, I think we're just doing a podcast now. I don't think it's an intro.
We just started one. Oh yeah, we're doing an intro. Yeah, go listen to History Buffs if you don't want this fucking open. This is one of the first times, if not the first. Superheroes might have been the first, or this one. I couldn't remember. But I think
Superheroes is the first. No, you might be right. This might actually be the first one. Because Superheroes might be second.
Well, we recorded this on an iPhone 4 on the middle of Zane's kitchen table, not where we've always recorded at Zane's, in its house that he used to have years ago. This is in like April 2017.
The one that got condemned.
You know what's interesting is when you I haven't listened back to this, but I should. But we barely knew each other, really, for being honest.
Yeah.
Like we knew of each other and we were around each other some, and it was like, hey, let's do a podcast. But we kind of got to know each other on the podcast. So
yeah, it's a blast from the past where you get to hear the beginning of our relationship.
Yeah, pretty much. It's two guys that barely fucking knew each other that happened to like podcasts and some of the same comedy. And we're like, yeah, we'll just fucking talk to each other.
Yeah.
We didn't have microphones. There's no video. There's no cameras. There's on a fucking iPhone 4 just sitting in between us.
And now we've gone full circle where you got so fucking tired of me, you had to move 2 states over.
Yeah, I had to go 2 hours, 10 hours away. I almost said 2. But I will be back next week.
Oh, no, fuck History Buffs. Go listen to the latest episode of Anik and Florian podcast.
Oh yeah, I did that.
Yeah. I would say without a doubt, Thomas's best guest appearance on a podcast by far.
Yeah.
There's no close second.
I agree. I was in rare form that day.
Thomas called me, and I'm used to this, but Thomas called me and said, that podcast couldn't have gone any better. I fucking killed it. So whenever you hear that from Thomas, you immediately roll your eyes and be like, all right, this is fucking arrogant Thomas again, whatever. But then listening to it back, I mean, it is just home run after home run. It's incredible.
Yeah, it was pretty good. We go listen to that Anik and Florian podcast. Go listen to it on the YouTube. I think it's better. It's one of those rare ones that it's a better watch than listen. I only listen to them. So this is really more about me, but watching it, I mean, the laughs look more thoughtful. So fucking watch the video, but it is good. It's Anik and Florian podcast. It was John Anik, Ray Longo, Kenny Florian, and myself. And
incredible.
It was
Cody Bone Marrow.
All
right. This is sports movies from. Do you know the month in 2017?
April 2017.
April 2017. Happy 420.
Hold on, relax. Do you want to tell them who the guest is next week?
No.
Okay, cool. All right, bye, bitches.
Bye.
We'll do the next one in person.
Maybe.
People say we need a theme song, so I wrote a fucking theme song. And if you like this fucking theme song, then you'll like the Rushmore podcast. Rushmore podcast. Rushmore podcast. Rushmore podcast. Fuck you.
All right, welcome to the Rushmore podcast. My name's Thomas.
My name's Pepper.
Yeah, it is. We're both musicians here on the coast. We decided to do a podcast together. It's called the Rushmore podcast. We just take any topic, whether we're informed on it or not. That might not be the case, but
True.
We also don't fact check, so that'll be interesting. But we just take our Mount Rushmore of any topic. Could be about anything. Could be movies, sports, music, haircut, food.
Grass species.
All right. And we just tell you our top four, and then we basically all argue against Pepper about why mine's better.
And then everybody obviously agrees with me because I come from a scientific and logical approach.
Yeah, that's super overrated, but he did come up with a pretty awesome theme song. Y'all heard that at the beginning, and that's gonna...
You want to guess how long it took me to write that?
How long did it take you to write?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. It's 24 seconds long, so that's really impressive.
Yeah. So.
I'm impressed by that. You do one of my favorite covers, by the way, Straight Up by Paul Abdul.
Paul Abdul? Yep, that's a good one.
I'll be sharing that on Facebook again later because it doesn't get old. That's a good one. So Pepper sounds like Paul Abdul. You'll learn that from this podcast. Mm-hmm. I would say I'm like, what do I sound like? Besides
Jeff Goldblum.
I'll go with that. Just kind of talking.
Spitting vocal image.
I would say like Sum 41 and TL. What was that look you just gave me? That was very strange.
I don't agree with that.
I would say Sum 41 and TLC adopted a bunch of kids. And then one of those kids was like super into Rob Thomas, but he sounded more like Tom DeLonge and Charlie Day. And they were like heavily influenced by Dr. Dre. And I'm that orphan. Is that fair?
No.
All right, well, fair. Whatever. Your Paul Abdul's good. I guess that's all.
Thanks,
we
man.
can take away from that.
I love you too.
Yeah, you're all right. How's your day, man?
It's pretty good. Worked in the morning. Then I got...
Also overrated.
Yeah. I got to come home and play with my puppy. She is about a month old now, and she just figured out that she's just a little bit too big to get up under the couch anymore and get back out. So we had a little dog trapped under the couch situation.
Well, that's a boring story.
Yeah, well, you fucking asked.
I will do that on the next episode.
Good. What'd you do?
Well,
you got any good stories?
I prepared to beat you in the debate today, so...
Yeah, you fucking spent like 4 hours at the library.
One of us has to be prepared to keep this thing rolling.
Yeah, I picked mine about 2 hours ago.
Oh man, I've been diligently preparing to beat the white Stephen A. Smith.
You don't need to prepare when it comes straight from your heart.
Well,
that's what I feel like.
I feel like today we're going to be more in my realm of topics, so I feel pretty comfortable.
You are a fucking movie nerd, so
I am a movie nerd. And a football nerd, and I guess the only thing what's going to make it interesting is we don't agree on really anything.
No.
So that'll be fun. I think the only thing we probably agree on is we're both UFC fans, avidly, and like Well, I wasn't gonna say you like good music, but we agree on some music. We both like Metallica, I guess. Like at one point of their lives.
Yeah, I mean, Saint Anger is
the best album
of all time
I've ever heard.
That's across the board. Have you heard that snare drum on that album?
No, I don't want to hear it.
I sampled it. That's my ringtone.
Is it?
Yeah. The snare from Saint Anger.
Oh, well, I would never answer the phone. I'd just listen to it all day.
I know. That's why I get so many missed calls. That's why you called me 4 times today. Didn't answer. I was just too busy.
That makes sense. I thought you were just being rude as fuck.
Well, that too.
All right.
I was playing with my puppy.
Yeah, well, your puppy's boring. We learned that earlier.
Yep.
What's your puppy's name?
Paps.
Doesn't matter.
Like Paps Blue Ribbon.
That's kind of okay.
Drinking Paps right now.
Cool. You are drinking Paps.
And I don't know if you know this, but this is the original Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
That was the one you're holding in your hand?
Yes.
That's the first one.
No, it's
Does
just
beer
the
expire?
original. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, well.
But it's
get sick?
It's nature's choicest products.
Are you reading that, or is that coming off the top of your head? I'm real confused right now.
I'm really speaking from the heart right now. I just get choked up when I talk about my favorite beer. It's nature's choicest products provide.
You're struggling here, sir.
It's in cursive. I mean, from my heart. That's how I'm interpreting
you're thinking
it.
in cursive.
Yeah. To prized flavor, only the finest of hops and grains are used. Selected as America's best in 1893.
Sorry, guys, but I think Pepper's been replaced by Floyd Mayweather. Read this can.
You know what else happened in 1893?
Huh?
That's the only thing that happened in 1893.
Wow.
Yeah, look in the history books. It'll say Pabst Blue Ribbon, and then somebody probably died.
Well, they do have the New England Patriots colors, so that's good. I agree with that. I'm not a beer drinker, but
well, it's also the fucking
Patriots.
American colors, you piece of shit.
Right, the Patriots are the American colors.
Well, it's red, white, and blue.
Super Bowl champs.
That's not the Patriots don't own that.
They kind of own that. I think they trademarked it.
We haven't said Tom Brady yet. Oh my God.
Hey, don't you worry about that, sir. Okay. Tom Brady is he really drives points home for me. So we'll get into that.
He drives points home in the Super Bowl too.
All right, we're gonna leave that alone. I mean, I agree with you. He's the greatest of all time. The Rushmore podcast is pro Tom Brady. And
it's 50% pro Tom Brady.
Thomas McCormick from the Rushmore podcast is pro Tom Brady.
All right.
Pepper likes somebody that did not win the Super Bowl this year.
Okay.
Who's your team?
I don't fucking care.
Braves. All right.
Tipper Jones, greatest linebacker of all time.
Nobody knows what Tipper Jones looked like. I want everyone to be aware that nobody knows what he actually looks like. It doesn't have to make sense.
Okay.
All right. Let's go ahead and get in to today's topic after a word from our sponsors.
Okay.
Squarespace.com. Pepper, can I ask you a question?
You can.
Do you collect rocks?
Absolutely.
Do you jazz tap during the lunch hours at the office?
Absolutely not.
Well, at Squarespace, you can make your own easy-to-use website about all those dumb things, whether you do them or not, as long as you know how to drag and drop. www.ifuckingloverocks.com, www.ihatemyjob-but-it's-salad-tap-dancing-time-in-the-break-room.com. Fuck it, you can make that shit. You can even sell, I don't know, fucking PBR, I guess.
Question real quick.
Nope.
When you say drag and drop,
I don't mean like literally.
Is that easier than dragging a body to the side of the boat and then dropping it off the side?
I don't know from experience. I couldn't honestly answer that question.
Because you made it sound easy, but that's hard.
That's difficult. But you could click on something and drag it and drop it somewhere on a computer screen, and that's pretty easy.
That's about as easy as it gets.
Well, anyways, promote what you love, whether that's stupid shit like collecting rocks or tap dancing or selling PPR, by using Squarespace.com. 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 Build it beautiful.
Wow. I got chill bumps.
Yeah, man. Good friends with those Squarespace guys. All right, today's topic.
What's the guy's name that you've been in contact with?
Ted.
Ted?
Ted.
Oh, I love Ted.
Ted Space.
He came to a wedding.
Mr. Space did?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Cops.
There's cops outside of our window. We're seeing them.
Outside of my window.
Nope.
With your radio.
Rest in peace, Hawthorne Heights.
Oh, man.
Are they alive?
Did die.
No, that one guy did really die. Yeah. I didn't mean that.
Yeah, legitimately rest in peace.
I feel terrible about that. All right, this episode of the Rushmore podcast, we're going to be...
We're going to do sports movies.
We're going to debate sports movies.
I cannot wait for this.
Who's going first on this one?
I'll go first. You did the
Please
intro.
go first, sir.
And this is one I've been super excited about because I don't think we're going to have any overlap at all. We're
not going to agree.
Polarly opposite on all this shit. And Thomas, you like we said earlier, you are a movie nerd. And
yeah.
I mean, I might have seen, if I've seen 150 movies in my life, I would be impressed.
I would not. I think I've probably seen at least 3,000. Not exaggerating.
Yeah.
I think movies is going to be a high point for me on this show. You might have me in baseball. I don't give a shit about that. But
I don't give
anyways.
a shit. I care about Braves baseball. That's the only baseball I care about.
Okay.
All right. My number 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't put a whole bunch of thought into this. I just really fucking like this movie. I'm basically
surprised.
using your strategy from the last episode.
The last episode that none of you heard.
Basketball.
Basketball?
Yes.
Okay.
The same dudes who did South Park. I believe that was their first movie. No fact checking allowed. But I believe that was their first movie.
It's Trey Parker and Matt Stone, by the way. Show some respect.
Joey Diaz is a referee in that movie.
Coco.
We all love Joey Diaz.
We do.
But it's not only a good movie to begin with. Like, if you actually think about the sport they invented, basketball, I would fucking 100% watch that. That sounds super entertaining.
I don't think you'd be very good at it, though, if you try to participate.
No. I'm not good at almost anything. But it would be really fun to watch. Just the whole rules and everything that's set for that. It was genius. I love that movie.
Can you, to educate the listeners a little bit, can you explain the sport of basketball? Or
Absolutely not.
I don't think I could
I saw
either.
the movie once 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was probably drunk, so.
Right.
Yeah. But it's a mix between baseball and basketball?
Yeah, very loosely, I would say. I think it's interesting that it's on your Mount Rushmore of sports movies, and you waited like 18 years after it came out to actually watch it once drunkenly.
Why do you think that's weird?
I don't know. Let's get to my number 4.
That's how I watch movies.
Let's get to my number 4.
Okay.
We're done with yours on this one. I'm going to go with The Replacements. You remember The Replacements?
No.
Really? Well, I'll break it down for you, sir.
Please do.
During a pro football strike, where all the NFL players this team was the Washington Sentinels, which is like a little bit
Is that a Canadian league team?
In Washington, Canada? Like where...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, the Washington Sentinels is a slightly less racist name than the Redskins, so that's a plus.
What's a Sentinel?
I don't know, but they got John Wick to play quarterback in that movie. So he went by the alias Shane Falco, which is a pretty cool fucking name.
Yeah.
Falco is a pretty good quarterback name. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, almost like Flacco.
The high point of this movie, not like Flacco. No, fuck, I'm not passing that over. Fuck Joe Flacco. The high point of this movie, there's a dance scene. Okay? They get in a huge bar fight. Gang fight happens. They all go to jail. Yeah. Then they decide, we're in jail. Fuck it. The coach is going to get them out. Let's have a huge dance to I Will Survive. Don't question it. It's Neo. He can fucking dance if he wants to. So Neo leads this I Will Survive like football team group dance, and all of a sudden the entire team knows what I believe is the electric slide they're doing to this song. They know the entire dance. So that's very impressive and weird. And lastly, Gene fucking Hackman.
That
is a valid point. He's the coach.
What else has he been in?
What?
Dude, we've been over this so many fucking times. I don't watch movies.
Gene Hackman. Well, anyways, we're gonna just gloss over the Pepper not knowing Gene Hackman. I think everyone's decided who they're pulling for in this debate.
I mean, I like that. Sounds like a great movie.
But one thing I did decide to do. It is a great movie. It's really good. Yeah. John Wick is the best in that movie. One thing I did decide to do for all of my top 4 is I picked my favorite quote from each of these movies.
Oh,
and I thought that'd be interesting because
sweet.
I didn't think you would be that prepared. But I'm gonna. My favorite quote from this one is pretty simple. It's not like a big historic line, but he just says, "You know what separates winners from losers? The score."
Wow,
and that's a pretty solid fucking line by Gene Hackman. That was nice.
I just got chill bumps.
That's good. Feel good.
Wow.
All right, man. Number 3. What you got?
All right, for number 3, I got probably one of the greatest movies of all time. For sure, the best movie of the 90s, fucking Space Jam.
Wow, I did not... Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Michael Jordan acting. Who knew? Who knew he was so good?
I don't think anyone still knows.
Yeah. I mean, Space Jam, The Fruit of the Loom ads, the dude's done work. You can't deny that.
I think it's Haynes, but yeah, he's been working.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's Haynes that he does.
But, I mean, the whole live action with animation fusion, and then just the storyline, and then the special water juice stuff that Bugs Bunny gives
water
him.
juice stuff.
Yeah, you don't remember that part?
No, I remember it vividly.
Yeah.
It's good. I like that we mentioned Haynes is one of his greatest accomplishments and not Jordan's.
Well, I was just talking about his acting career.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean, he also, I think he played basket.
He played basketball. I know, because I keep a pair of J's in my car all the time just in case somebody wants to get fucking dunked on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so.
That's aggressive.
That happens. I mean, my fucking...
Oh, yeah. That water stuff was called The Stuff.
The Stuff?
Yeah, and Bugs Bunny was trying to give it to the kid. You've seen it.
I've seen the movie.
Yeah. What was the other team called?
The Monstars?
Yeah, the Monstars. Yeah, that was a good movie.
I pulled for them pretty hard. I was very disappointed.
Danny DeVito's in that movie.
Danny DeVito's in every movie somewhere.
Yeah. But I think that's a good movie.
Yeah.
Do you disagree?
No, I think it is I don't think it's not on my Mount Rushmore, so it's definitely not one of the top 4 actual movies, but it is a good movie. Okay. It's solid film. Kobe is better than Michael Jordan.
Charles Barkley is hilarious in that movie.
Yeah, I don't really remember him in that movie.
Oh, you remember when he was like, he lost his talent and he was like, I'm the same.
No, I don't remember that shit at all. I remember Bill Murray. Can we give him a fucking shout out?
Yeah. He was in there for a minute.
Yeah, he was like, I'm here to bust some ghosts and shit. But it was Bugs Bunny. And then he walked out and that was his whole...
I don't remember that. Okay.
All right, well.
Hey, Thomas.
Yep.
What's your number 3?
My number 3 on my Mount Rushmore of sports movies is, and I think everyone will agree, I think out of whoever's listening to this podcast, they're probably going to say, no, that's not your number 3, that's number 1, obviously, make this your number 1. I'm not going to do that. It's going to be that was my impression of everybody listening to this.
That's a really good impression.
Podcast. Number 1 is the greatest... No, well, yeah, let's not jump ahead. My number 3 is by far the best. You said best 90s movies of Space Jam, and that's kind of difficult to argue. I don't think none of my movies came out in the 90s except for this one, and this is definitely the best Disney original movie, and this is Brink. Brink is my number 3 sports movie on my Mount Rushmore of sports movies. Huh. First of all...
I'm blanking on that movie.
What? Brink? With Eric Von Ditten, who apparently was like a heartthrob for 13-year-olds? No?
No.
Oh, don't worry, I'll tell you all about it. Team Pup and Suds is probably the greatest fictional sports team name in sports movies. I gotta give them that. Pup and Suds is hard to beat.
Pup and Suds? Is that like a dog washing company?
It was. What happened was you had the Soul Skaters. This is a skateboarding
Obviously.
movie. Yep, they're the Soul Skaters.
Okay, so it's a skateboarding movie.
Let's get that.
Okay.
It is a movie about skateboarding.
Is skateboarding a sport?
It's kind of like skateboarding is a fucking sport.
Seems like a hobby to me.
Well, you have the X Games, and they're competing. It's a sport.
Loosely.
It's a sport. So, the Soul Skaters, right?
Uh-huh.
They need a sponsor. They can't find one, but they got to go against Team X-Blade.
Skating with their souls just isn't paying the bills
we'll
anymore.
get to the soul skating. Super overrated.
Okay.
Don't skate with your soul. For sure, skate to win.
Yeah.
But they can't find a sponsor.
Uh-huh.
Brink.
Weird.
Brink. His name is his last name's Brinker. So that's the only reason his nickname is Brink. There's no story behind the title Brink other than his last name is Brinker, which is
related
a terrible
to Christy
name.
Brinkley?
He is not, and that's Brink. All right. No, didn't she marry John Legend?
No.
No?
Some drunk lady married John Legend.
Ah, man. I'll have what she's drinking. That's a weird thing to say. All right, anyways. They need a sponsor. Brink. He works for his dad washing dogs. It's his thing. So, Team Pup and Suds. Pup and Suds sponsors a team so they can go against Team X-Blade.
Why didn't they get Brink Security? Seems like a pretty logical...
Yeah. I don't know that was around. Like, how long is Brink Security?
Can we look
around?
up? Oh, no,
we can't look anything up. There's no fact checking. I don't think... I'm going to say Brink Security came around 2003, so this is before that. I'm totally serious. I'm not basing that on any fact whatsoever.
Okay.
But Team X-Blade are obviously the Patriots of skateboarding.
Okay.
Let me tell you why. they will do whatever it takes to win. I mean, whatever it takes. So Tom Brady and I have that in common. We really relate to this movie. Tom texted me this morning and said, please include Brink on your Mount Rushmore. Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to go wash some dishes better than everybody that's ever done it. But I'm probably just going to use the dishwasher and tell everybody I didn't do that.
Yeah.
That's what he told me this morning. Now, Pup and Suds ends up winning at the end, of course. They're Pup and Suds. They're the good guys.
Huh. I didn't think they would because they're obviously big underdogs.
Yeah, well, Gabriella took a pretty bad fall, and she really skinned her arm up. Ooh. That put him behind.
Hey, I remember that.
Did you really?
Yeah.
This is coming back to you?
Yeah.
Well,
Disney Channel original, right?
Disney Channel original movie.
Okay.
They had the wands. They painted the fucking mouse ears before. You knew it was hype because they're all doing like jumping splits and shit before the movie starts.
Yeah.
That's fucking great. But my favorite quote for this movie is Petey. I don't remember his name. I'm going to call him Petey for this quote. But Petey says, "We skate for fun. We're soul skaters."
Word.
Then the leader of the X-Blades say, "Why is it that the losers always do it for the fun?" Your move.
Man, that's a really good point. God, you're just killing it with the inspirational stuff.
Thanks, man. I'm here to inspire. Thomas McCormick really is the name of inspiration. Pepper Goins is the name of...
Fun.
Yeah, well,
logic.
Why only losers do it for the fun, Pepper.
Oh.
Now,
you really got me with that one.
What's your number 2, sir?
I feel like we've been doing a whole bunch of comedies and stuff. And, sports aren't always funny, okay?
Okay. Neither was Space Jam. I'm sorry, continue.
My number 2 is a sports documentary.
Interesting.
It is my favorite sports documentary. I've watched it probably 5 times. It is called Catching Hell. It's about the Cubs in the World Series. I want to say in 2003, where that dude with the headphones got the ball that was still in play.
Right.
And then they went back to Billy Butler, I believe, that missed.
Sure.
The ball went straight through his leg. So it was Red Sox World Series.
They really turned on that guy, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Good luck finding him now. I'm pretty sure he's legitimately
I'm not gonna look for him.
In witness protection now.
Yeah.
But I watched it right after the Cubs won the series, this past year. That is just a great documentary. And you get it from so many different sides. They don't get it from, I can't remember what that dude's name is.
Let's call him John.
We'll call him John. They didn't get the John guy, but they got, the people sitting directly next to him. They got just everybody.
What did they do with
him? They interviewed him.
Oh.
They didn't kill him or anything.
You made it sound really... Like they were really hunting these people down.
No, it was like the people that did the documentary got them.
Okay. It's baseball, so I haven't seen this, and it probably won't.
Yeah, it's really fucking good. I didn't give a shit about it when I first turned it on. It was just like one of those things like, this is a baseball thing. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
And then ended up getting really invested really quick. And I don't know who directed or anything, but it was 30 for 30. And those
probably ESPN.
Always good. Well, no, that the ESPN didn't direct it. They're not.
That's not the guy's name.
Espen?
Yeah, well, I thought it was just an abbreviation. ESPN, like Esther, Sean,
Earl,
Paul
John.
Newman. Paul Newman. Did Paul Newman direct this documentary in 2003? Is Paul Newman alive? Is a better question.
You know what? Hey, because of our lack of fact checking, I'm going to go ahead and say yes and yes.
Wait, Paul Newman can't be alive
because Paul Newman was just on a boat recently.
Paul Newman was on a boat?
In a movie? That was that other old guy.
I think you're thinking...
Paul Newman is dead as shit.
Yeah, you're thinking of, The Color of Money. 1986?
No, it's another. It might be Gene Hackman. I don't fucking know.
He's alive, by the way.
Okay, well, all those old shits just...
Gene Hackman's alive. He retired. He won't do movies. I think The Replacements might have been his last movie, and he's not acting anymore. He retired.
Okay. Paul Newman has some bomb-ass fucking mango salsa, though.
I heard about that, dude.
Yeah.
Paul Newman's killing it. He's dead, but he's killing the game right now with the mango stuff.
Oh, mango salsa is the best. And
he's the George Foreman of sauce.
Decent vinaigrette. Decent vinaigrette.
You lose me on vinaigrette. I'm not a vinaigrette guy.
Really?
No.
You ranch?
No. Fuck, no.
Okay.
Fuck. Blue cheese with your wings or go fuck your mother, as the great Joey Diaz once said.
Yeah. But I'm talking about, on salad.
No, I'm going to go honey mustard, maybe French dressing.
Do you like a spicy honey mustard?
I'll take them all ways, man. I don't really discriminate against honey mustard.
You ever fuck around and put some sriracha in your honey mustard?
I haven't. It sounds awesome.
It's really good.
That's like that, what's the name of that hot sauce? I ate like something. I ate something like 16 chicken tacos at your house one time, and I put this hot sauce on there.
Oh, Yucateca?
Yucateca.
Yeah.
That is the shit.
Yeah. It's a habanero.
It's so good.
Yeah.
If Paul Newman made some Al Yucateca sauce.
L-U. But yeah.
L-U. Who's Al?
Al Sharpton?
Al Sharpton's hot sauce would
not.
I don't think I would support that. I don't think I'd give him.
We should probably stop.
All right. Anyways, my number 2 on my Mount Rushmore of sports movies is, and this is another. I mean, I'm coming in hot because all of these could be a number 1.
You were visibly sweating.
I am very hot right now. And you know what makes me hot? You know what makes me hotter than I'm hot right now.
Yeah.
You see it. I'm hot. I'm heated up. And you know what makes me even hotter? Denzel Washington. Remember the Titans.
Oh, that was almost on my list.
Remember the Titans, man.
Damn. Because me and my buddy Steve-O, we were talking about how many times we fucking watched that shit in middle school.
Yeah.
Because so every single time our coach was out, which was a lot because I'm pretty sure he was an alcoholic and he got a divorce and stuff. It was pretty bad.
Wow.
But every single time he missed work, we had to watch Remember the Titans. So
What?
I've seen the first 30 minutes of Remember the Titans probably 20 times.
What grade were you in on this team?
6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Well, I think it's
school.
fair to argue that watching Remember the Titans as football practice in middle school was probably more effective than football practice in middle school.
Agreed.
I think you'd become better at football watching this movie.
Yeah.
Frankie from Boy Meets World's in it, and that helps.
What?
Yeah, he's the big guy.
That's
offensive
cool.
lineman, and he's
Who
like,
else?
"Yo, I love soul."
Do you have a list of notable people from that movie? 'Cause I know there's
I'll bring a couple up because there's some
Okay.
points I really need to get to.
All right.
I just want to start with Denzel because
who was Sunshine?
Denzel's the number 1 greatest actor of all time, and we're not going to debate that. If we had a podcast with greatest actors of all time, I'm skipping my number 1. It's understood. I don't even have to say it.
Thomas, I don't dispute fact.
Yeah, you really can't.
Pretty
we
logical.
don't fact check, and you can't fact check that because it's just there.
Yeah, I mean that's like grass is green. Yeah, obviously, dumbass, it is.
Yes, Denzel is obviously grass, and he
Because
is the greatest
Chlorophyll.
that has ever been. I just wanted to get him off the table because that's not my point. There's other great things about this movie besides
We
him.
don't even talk.
He just elevates an argument.
there's a podcast that talks.
There is.
It's called Denzel Washington is the greatest actor of all time, or some bullshit. I'm not
Yeah,
fact
with
checking that.
Chris Cubis is one of the hosts. I don't remember who the other one is.
Doesn't matter.
But it's a good one. They
It's
come on
not
Douglas
Denzel.
movies. I've never listened to their podcast, but I've listened to them on Douglas movies, and that's enough. But Denzel's great. Anyways, besides that, whether you're against the idea of racism, segregation, those are good things to be against.
I'm on the fence.
We agree. You're on all right. Well, you might cry when Gary dies. Or
Busey?
not Gary Busey, but
Hey,
Gary.
and also keep in mind, I've never seen.
You haven't
I've
seen
seen the first 30 minutes of it 25 times.
Wow. And you've never seen the last?
No.
Oh, well.
Because they would just throw on the movie and then they would just restart it every single.
Yeah, but I
practice.
mean,
Or
all right.
every single class.
You could, I'm going to blow your mind right now, like Neil
Okay.
deGrasse Tyson style, but you can go get a movie and watch it yourself. Like, just put it in and then it comes and you watch it. Or you could watch it the 100 times it's been on Freeform today, probably. The new ABC Family. I mean, that's
After the Harry Potter, After the Harry Potter
Harry Potter. Yeah.
After the Harry Potter marathon, they always play Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans is definitely the follow-up.
I think that's law.
Yeah.
That's
Denzel's
That's
law.
in the Constitution.
Left side. That's where you yell strong side if you had seen the rest of the movie, but you don't. It's left side, strong side. Left side, strong side. Yeah, and then he dies, and it's real sad.
Oh.
Yeah, that happens. This has been said before, but I feel like it needs driving home that Ryan Gosling is a goddamn liability at cornerback, and we're not going to pass that up.
Yeah.
You told me once upon a time that you choose Ryan Gosling over Ryan Reynolds in the looks department.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Well, that's hard to argue.
It is one of the only movies I'll watch every time it's on TV. Every time. Like,
Because they don't have to edit it.
right.
It's made for children.
It's a Disney movie. I'm a child at heart. And I was when it came out. But, like, I have to go to work. Guess I got to call in. Remember the Titans on Freeform. Oh, I got to go to my best friend's wedding? Fuck them. Titans on TNT. Gotta watch it. Can't help it. The soundtrack's awesome. A lot of 70s music. It's pretty
Really?
good. Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
You got some highlights from that soundtrack?
Yeah, there's some. Just watch the movie, man. After
They
30
do,
minutes, they start singing. It becomes a musical, by the way. The second half of that movie is the prequel to La La Land. It's why Ryan Gosling is playing cornerback. He's trying to make money to get to Hollywood so he can dance with fucking Emma Stone and not win the Oscar.
Shit.
Moonlight.
I need to watch this movie.
Yeah.
I feel like I missed a lot. A guy dies.
I wanted to deliver my favorite quote from this movie, Pepper, if you would allow me to do so.
You told me before that there's going to be some heavy acting in this podcast. Is this where it comes into play?
I mean, I might. I'll deliver it. I mean, it's Denzel, and I can't really live up to Denzel Washington.
You can try.
I can fucking try.
I really want you to try.
Oh, I'll try.
All right.
Look good, feel good. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah?
What do I need to do?
Just fucking sit there and
absorb it? Okay.
You need a water break. Water's for cowards. Water makes you weak. Water's for washing blood off that uniform, and you don't get no blood on my uniform. Boy, you must be outside your mind. We're going to go do up-downs until Blue is no longer tired and thirsty. Sing.
Wow.
Yeah, thanks, man. I've been working on it, man. What is your number one Mount Rushmore sport movie, Pepper Goins?
Thomas.
Yeah.
There's a lot of movies out there.
There are.
I didn't know there was that many sports movies, to be honest.
Hey, man.
I Googled it. And it turns out there's at least 100.
There is 100. Waterboy's one of them. It's hard not to choose it, man.
Yeah.
I really struggled today not putting the Waterboy on this. Coach Klein's one of my favorite sports movie characters.
I struggled putting, no Adam Sandler movies at all.
Oh, yeah.
I struggled putting no Will Ferrell movies.
Oh, man.
I know.
And we've mentioned Joey Coco Diaz several times on this podcast, but...
Longest Yard.
Rushmore podcast, yeah. Longest Yard. We love
a good one.
Joey Diaz.
Both of them. Not both Joey Diaz, both Longest Yards.
Both Longest Yards, yeah. Burt Reynolds is just fucking greedy as shit.
He's okay.
Put me in both of them.
He's okay. Yeah.
Chris Rock dies, that's sad.
What?
Yeah, the second... All right, I thought you loved the movie.
I don't remember. I do not remember key points in movies.
All right.
I cannot stress that enough.
He fucking blows up and shit.
Blows up?
Yeah, there's like a bomb in his jail cell.
Why?
Man, they don't like him.
Why?
Well...
Is it because he's black?
It is.
Oh, man.
That's a message.
Don't do that.
Anyways, number one movie.
Number one movie.
Hey, Thomas McCormick is against racism and segregation. Pepper's on the fence. I am totally against it. Just for the record.
Number one movie.
Pepper's number one is brought to you by Squarespace.com. That's Squarespace.com. Build it beautiful. Go ahead.
SQUARSC. All right. This ain't a spelling bee. This is a goddamn...
It's not a spelling bee.
No.
That's true. But we might do a future podcast of the 4 greatest spelling bee champions.
Oh, that'd be so good.
No, we're not doing that.
Oh.
What's your number one?
Number one. It's not only the greatest sports movie of all time, it's the greatest hockey movie of all time. With probably one of the greatest named, movie titles of all time. This movie is called Goon.
Goon.
And it's Sean Michael Scott?
Sean Michael Scott. Sean William Scott.
Sean William Scott. He is a...
Our producer Steve-O was trying to tell me who it was. I'm very aware of Sean William Scott because I know what I'm talking about, even though this is Pepper's movie.
I've seen this movie 5 times. I remember most of the key points in this one. So he starts out, he is a...
Before you get started, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Is it technically called American Pie Presents Goon? Or
no.
So Stifler's just playing hockey, and we're not even going to reference it.
Wow. So it has nothing to do with the American Pie franchise.
As nothing should.
Okay. It's a Magnolia Pictures production, that's my favorite production company. Anything they put out, I will watch.
What else have they done?
They've done God Bless America.
Okay, I was trying to make you look dumb. It didn't work. You know what you're talking about. Continue, sir. I'm going to stop interrupting. Goon.
Sean William Scott is a, what's it called when you fight people at bars for a living?
Alcoholic. Chuck Liddell.
Security guard or whatever. Bouncer at a bar.
Yep.
He's really good at it. I don't remember how he gets into hockey, but somehow... Oh, his friend Jay Baruchel...
Is this character or actor?
Is the actor.
Okay.
He has a hockey podcast special, like a radio show on TV, though. So
we're talking about the movie or real now?
We're talking about the fucking movie, Thomas. Jesus Christ. Stop fucking interrupting me.
All right, Sean Michael Moore and Jay...
Bursch.
Yeah.
So they have a thing, and then he's like all hockey and stuff, and then he's on there. No, he beats somebody's ass at a hockey game, and then Jay brings the Sean William Michael Scott thing to the show, and then the coach for the team the hockey calls in and he's like, "Hey, you should play hockey." So then he comes and plays hockey, and then he gets real good at fighting people in hockey. And then there's a love interest, and then he has a nemesis that he has to fight. It's an all-around good movie.
Okay, I would like to point out the fact I was totally zoned out when you just said all of that. We're going to talk more about Goon. The reason I was zoned out is I just realized I've left off my list what should be number 1. I'm not going to put it on there because just for the sake of, I decided on these 4. These are going to be my 4 Mount Rushmore.
I have a really good idea. Don't mention it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because it's going to fall under another category on another podcast.
That's
but
fine.
let me just say that the movie you named is not the best hockey movie. And I haven't even
Well, it's not
seen it.
Slapshot.
Oh, it's not. Don't worry about it.
Okay. It's
We'll
also
get to it on a
Mighty
later
Ducks,
episode.
the
Stop
Mighty Ducks
asking
1,
questions.
Mighty Ducks 3, it's no.
Oh, Mighty Ducks. That could be in there, but no, it's not Mighty Ducks 3
Okay.
either.
Anyways.
D3, by the way. Come on.
Amazing movie.
The rest of it.
I can't.
You're saying D3 is an amazing movie. Good.
Okay.
All right.
I can't explain it enough to justify it. But it is a very good movie. I will watch it anytime it's on TV, which is never, because it's never on TV, because it's a fucking like independent film. But anytime it's on Netflix, and I see it, and I don't have anything else to do for the next couple hours, and my wife doesn't watch anything, doesn't want to watch anything,
Grey's Anatomy.
and I'm not that hungry, I will watch that movie every single time.
That's a lot of stipulations, because I'm watching Remember the Titans every time, no matter what I've eaten that day.
Oh, we're two different people, Thomas. I don't know
We're
what to say.
very different people. Can I get to my number 1, sir?
Yeah, I guess, man.
All right, man. I don't know how you left all of these off, because I could have had... This movie has a lot of sequels. I could have 4 of them in my top 4. But I decided to go with 1 in the sense of fairness, thinking maybe you had the other 3 on your Mount Rushmore, because you should have. I'm going with the single greatest sports movie ever in Rocky IV. Rocky IV. First of all...
Is that the one with the Russian?
That is the one with the Russian, Ivan Drago, Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna need a little more.
Top Gun?
That's Tom Cruise.
Who's the
Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
All right. Val Kilmer and Dolph Lundgren should never be mixed up.
Oh, I get them mixed up constantly.
Oh yeah, like that Dolph
Dolph
Lundgren Batman movie.
I was about to say that.
Yeah,
I was about to say which one was in Batman.
Right. Batman doesn't kill anyone, and Ivan Drago's known for saying, "If he dies, he dies." So they're 2 different people for sure.
Okay.
But I would say he's the best villain in sports movie history.
He was Batman.
No. Val Kilmer was Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot he was Batman. I thought he was like a villain.
No.
Yeah.
He was Batman.
Okay.
Anyways, if he dies, he dies is probably the best sports quote in any movie.
Okay.
I would say so. Ivan Drago's like if Brock Lesnar could take a punch. It's this huge fucking roided up science experiment. Just all the drugs in the world. Brock Lesnar. Mark Hunt hates Rocky IV, by the way. He fucking hates that movie.
Really?
Yeah, he can't stand it, man.
I feel like that's an oversight.
Well, I don't know him, and he never told me that.
Good dude.
I'm just saying that he doesn't like it.
Okay.
The training montage in the snow is one of the most, in my opinion, one of the most memorable scenes.
Does he make a snowman?
In sport, he does not make a snowman.
Lame
if he
ass.
did, he'd hit it with a right hook, and he would kill that snowman. It would happen. Best. This could be a future episode too, but I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there. Expect my number 1 best soundtrack in movie history is Rocky IV.
In movie history?
Not sports movie. Movie history. It's got the best soundtrack. You can't argue. If you don't want to go punch hanging meat or push sleds and shit when you hear No Easy Way Out, fuck yourself.
Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Continue.
Well, fuck Alison Krauss.
You never say that.
Well, just did. Spoiler alert, Apollo dies. Spoiler alert, I cry every time. Never fails. Never fails.
Apollo's Creed's dad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Carl Weathers, the Bud Light guy. Here we go.
Oh, isn't Carl Weathers
Or is he Miller
famous?
Lite?
I don't
It's
fucking
time.
know.
You like beer? I like Apollo Creed. We should
Miller
fucking. We
Lite
should meet there.
Fond Pilsner. No, that's not their thing.
Pepper is a magician. His PBR is turned into a Miller Lite. I don't know how this happened, but I'm all right. I'm freaked out. We're gonna finish the podcast though. Okay. Anyways, here's a little story about Rocky IV that I read. Don't know if it's fucking true. Not gonna fact check it. I read somewhere on some site. Could have been The Onion, but they say The Onion's a very reliable source I go to often. They say Sylvester Stallone wanted to increase intensity by actually boxing and hitting each other in this movie. Him and Dolph Lundgren, to make it look more real.
That seems like a real bad idea.
Well, Dolph Lundgren apparently hit him with 3 body shots in the first scene they attempted that, and he went to the hospital for 4 days with broken ribs. He was in the ICU because apparently, like, his chest plate pushed against his heart when Dolph Lundgren hit him. So
I have a list on my wall at home of people I don't want to get hit by. I think Dolph Lundgren's like number 8.
So where's Val Kilmer? Would he be tied for number 8? Because you
12.
think that's him?
He's 12.
Okay, so you know the difference when you're thinking about them hitting you.
No.
All right. Well,
I just remember
anyways,
Top Gun.
For sure, don't let anybody hit you in the ribs for a movie. They're not real. Pepper.
Ribs are real.
Movies aren't. Sometimes I think they are. But James Brown.
Ribs are delicious.
James Brown. He sings.
The Godfather of Soul?
The Godfather of Soul. Rest in peace, Chuck Berry, by the way. Chuck Berry passed away today.
That was a bummer.
Wow.
Johnny B. Good,
Man,
fucking Ding-a-ling.
Really bring down the podcast there.
Man.
But Chuck Berry, badass.
Invented rock and roll.
Yes. One of my favorite quotes from Chuck Berry, if I could share, is, "I love it when I fart in the hooker's mouth." And I'm dead. I'm not joking. He said that in an interview. Pretty sure he's very heavily influenced. He said it. Rest in peace, Chuck Berry.
I'm glad I don't say any dumb stuff.
Rest in peace, James Brown, who also said a lot of dumb shit, but he sings while Apollo dances in a top hat. So that's part of the movie. To wrap it up, Rocky gets a beard.
Sick.
It is pretty sick. Rocky ends communism, and it's not a coincidence that the Cold War ended right after this movie. Like 6 years, but you know what I mean. So Rocky IV ended the Cold War. Can't really beat that. It happened. My favorite quote from this movie, and it's really advice for Pepper on this podcast to just stop arguing with me, is throw the towel, throw the towel, throw the damn towel!
Wow. Man, your accent's getting so good.
Thank you, man. I'm really working on it.
Wow.
Oh, man. So, I won today. Good luck on the next episode of the Rushmore podcast, Pepper.
Okay.
And,
I don't think I'll... Okay.
You don't think you're okay?
I'm not okay.
Rest in peace, Chuck Berry. Rest in peace, My Chemical Romance. That's a wrap.